offside completely. Anderson for Newcastle. Gillespie is square if he needs him. Away by Nielsen. And surely again by Holdsworth. How many more times are Newcastle going to hold their heads in despair?
Wonderful run by Anderson, a marvellous pass. And as you see Anderson go through there, once again not really convinced that he knew what he was about, because if he could have squared that ball across, Gillespie had made great ground to support him, and in the end, Nielsen hero, mark 2.
Now then, from the corner, Batty and Gillespie combine, but Sheffield can break. In fact, Gillespie's gone down, and now too, so has Marcelo. Referee says play on. Albert does just that, but he overhits the pass to Anderson. Was in there, and that whizzed across the goal from Gary Speed, who's been as lively as anybody in the Newcastle attack.
Well, the chance came about because Holdsworth was knocked off the ball by Anderson, showing a little bit of... There you see that block, really, which left Speed the opportunity to go on and thrash that ball wide of the post.
There were scrambles galore in front of Alan Kelly and one even behind him, but Sheffield United survived, and at half-time it's still between the team from the Nationwide and the team from the Premiership, 0-0 at Old Trafford. Caught in FA Cup semi-finals, even though their last one was quite a long time ago. 1974, when they beat Burnley with 2 goals by Malcolm MacDonald. I remember being at Hillsborough that day, but they didn't distinguish themselves in the final against Liverpool that year. Sheffield United were in a semi 5 years ago at Wembley and lost to their city rivals Sheffield Wednesday. Here's Gillespie. And there's the cross, and Shearer comes in. Goodness me, that just wanted a touch. And it got one from a Sheffield United defender, David Holdsworth. This is Speed again for Newcastle now. Free kick the other way.
It'll be interesting to see if Sheffield do keep Newcastle at bay for a longer spell, if there's any frustration creeps in. There's that deep cross and a perfect touch just to steer that ball away.
To have got Quinn in a good position, and Newcastle were dreaming, and a good save by Shea Given, and Wayne Quinn was 1-on-1 with the keeper. Here's Nielsen. A let-off I say a let-off for Newcastle. Credit the goalkeeper.
Well, I think it was a wonderful save. What a fine ball by Marker. There he gets on the wrong side of Gillespie, and a tremendous save there. He was out of his traps like a shot. Great block by Given. It was a wonderful chance by Quinn.
And what a warning to Newcastle. All those nearlies in the first half don't count, and Sheffield United are having a real go at it here. Marcelo's up with the goalkeeper, and there's Graham Stewart. Oh, it's a terrific... Oh, Stuart Pearce, typical. Threw himself in the face of the ball and the opponent and blocked the effort, which was goal-bound. Here's Anderson. And suddenly Sheffield United get the bit between their teeth and really test Newcastle. Anderson has found Gillespie and then gone into the centre with Shearer, and it's still Gillespie, and this is Gary Speed, challenged by Graham Stewart. Saunders, and Batty wins it back yet again for Newcastle. This is Barton, but Batty's everywhere just at the moment. Here's Gillespie, and Barton outside him. Not a bad cross at all. Shearer unable, though, to find a way between 2 defenders. Yes. Well played, Barnes. Shearer's there! And Newcastle United have taken the lead in the semi-final. And it's Alan Shearer of England. After exactly 1 hour's play, the Premiership team have the advantage. And just look at the celebrations on the pitch and in the crowd. And here's Stuart Pearce in the attack. Got it back to Barnes. Lovely cross. Oh, Kelly got hands. But Shearer got a foot there. It's 1-0.
Excellent play in the build-up by Stuart Pearce there. Wonderful centre-forward play, sandwiched between two defenders. He got highest, and then he follows the ball into the net. The most accomplished forward on the field has broken the deadlock.
His presence immediately having an effect here. And in comes Sanford again, and De Bizas is really controlling things at the back there for Newcastle. And Taylor will give it some presence up there, but they need something, Sheffield United. Anderson. Still Anderson for Newcastle. Oh, Gillespie wanted it on the right. It's Shearer again. Shearer shoots, and it comes off a Sheffield head for a corner. It was Bobakis.
And Shearer had that opportunity because Batty made a lovely little run.
Gary Speed's making a run now. Albert's in the thick of that. Barnes! He's found Quinn, and in the middle Cachuro and Gareth Taylor. Here comes Taylor, and the follow-up to Bobby Ford. Corner, it's deflected.
Well, the first shot that is for Bobby Ford in this game, right on the edge of the box. He's played deep, he's a nice passing player at time. He's found the game a little bit difficult. It's not easy when you're contending with Batty and Barnes in midfield, but there you see Quinn getting a nicely weighted ball in, and Ford following up.
Delos is waiting, so is Holdsworth and Taylor and Sanford. Goodness, what a crowd came in on that. This is Ford again. Can he lift it far post? In goes Taylor. And Newcastle really having to defend in depth there. At this very moment in time, they're 10 minutes away from Wembley. But of course, if Sheffield were to score, as they have late in so many cup ties this season, there remains the possibility of extra time. It's saved by Given from Wayne Quinn. That might have forced extra time. It's a corner, and Sheffield United are not finished yet. Holdsworth is winding them up. Delos in the centre of the penalty area. And the header out. Ketspire needs to make this for Newcastle. He has, but only just, and Nielsen puts it back in. But what a good save by Shay Given with overs. And Newcastle United, having lived on their nerves for 3 minutes of stoppage time, are through to the FA Cup final for the first time since 1974. A brave effort by the nationwide team, who certainly threw everything in at the close. But Alan Shearer's goal sends Newcastle to Wembley at the end of a few weeks of trouble and turmoil at St James's Park. They're suddenly through to the FA Cup final. Kenny Dalglish has Alan Shearer to thank for that, for the only goal of the game, on the hour. And as the supporters celebrate, they'll be feeling at last we've got something concrete here now to show for all the efforts of the black and white stripes. Shearer led by example. The supporters can look forward to going back to Wembley, and it's the tears of the losers for Sheffield United, who put up such a brave fight.